Balenciaga's on my feet, stay in.
Oh boy, fresh.
I got these pointers, neck and wrist, stay in.
Oh boy, fresh.
I'm always fresher than the rest, stay in.
Oh boy, fresh.
Since 96, I'm in this game, stay in.
Oh boy, fresh.
Balenciaga's on my feet, stay in.
Oh boy, fresh.
I got these pointers, neck and wrist, stay in.
Oh boy, fresh.
I'm always fresher than the rest, stay in.
Oh boy, fresh.
Since 96, I'm in. Welcome to another episode of NoCappnAllDrip. I'm your man Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em! And we back with another episode of Sunday Night Live. This one is pre-recorded. We're not actually live. This is part 2 of Living Polyamorous. And as you see, we have a special guest. Introduce yourself.
My name is Taylor, and I've been living polyamory since 2017.
And tonight, we're just going to talk about it. Simple as that. Have a little bit of fun.
I'm excited about it. I would love to talk to everybody about it because I feel like everybody needs to understand it from a perspective.
We'll have a conversation, see where it goes, and leave it at that. People have questions. I guess I got answers.
I'd love to help answer them too.
So, what is it that you do for fun?
Just do for fun. Oh my gosh, I'm a photographer. I love animals. I love going out and just hiking. I love swimming. Swimming is one of my favorite things in the world.
All right. Are you from Arizona?
No. I have lived in Arizona on and off. And for some reason, I feel like Arizona is like where I should be, but I am from, Michigan, Arizona, Florida, Pennsylvania. I've been everywhere, but Arizona has always been where I went.
All right. So how long have you been in the poly life?
I started living the polyamorous lifestyle in 2017.
Okay. How did you end up in it?
To be honest with you, I grew up in a very religious lifestyle. And with that lifestyle, I always knew there was something with me. Growing up,
Something different?
Something felt off. And when I grew up, I was just like, "Duh." And then I had a friend of mine, his name was Brian, and he's like, I am polyamorous, I'm this and this and blah, blah, blah. What is that? Because, people confuse polyamory with polygamy. Complete different thing. Polygamy is not the same as polyamory, which is why I hate it when people compare the two. But,
as they say, ignorance is bliss.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah.
So many people would rather not know than know.
Exactly.
So,
So I grew up in a very religious household, and, growing up, I was like, I always fell in love with more than one person. I always felt connected to more than one person. It wasn't necessarily anything bad, but growing up in a very Christian household, it was a terrible thing. Like, you should not have those feelings. You should not be that way. And I ended up going with my friend Brian. He's like, hey, I'm poly, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the heck is that?
So,
what does that mean?
So in your experience, are you men and women, men only, women only? What's your choice?
Good question. I consider myself mostly straight, but I am definitely open to women because I have fallen in love with women before.
Okay.
It's not. I don't know.
Are you currently in a relationship now?
With a woman? No.
No. Just as a whole. Are you?
Oh
currently...
yeah. I'm with two different people right now. I'm with my husband and I'm with my boyfriend Daniel. My husband, his name is Aaron. He's probably the rock of my life. I've never met anybody like him. And then I am also dating Daniel. That is a fun relationship tactic I'm going to have to tell you about one day.
Okay. So last time we had a man that was with multiple women. In this situation, we have a woman that is with multiple men. Now, in that, a lot of people always ask, like, how do you make sure that you give each person enough time?
That is a very hard issue because that's what I've been dealing with, Lisa. Aaron, my husband, okay, so he is my primary, and I don't know if everybody knows what the dynamics are, but
We'll leave the terms. We won't get too technical because most people get lost in the sauce.
Gotcha. He is my husband, so he is my primary. That's all I'm going to say. So the hardest thing for him is the fact that I spend time with another person. We have to equal it out. So, yeah, the one thing that really is a pain in the butt is the fact that he is my boyfriend, and so you have to divvy up time.
All right, so this has always been a huge question that people ask all the time. Like, did you get in a lifestyle because you had a high sex drive, or is it a lifestyle because you just wanted to, like, you have so much love that you want to let it out?
Okay, so being somebody that does have a high sex drive, this is a horrible question. But no, I didn't go into this because of my sex drive. I actually went into it because, and I'm going to be honest with you, I really just love people, and I want to be able to love multiple people without it being a problem. And I love Aaron. I love Daniel. I think they're both awesome people. I love anybody that comes into my life. And I don't want to feel guilty for loving somebody because
the society tells you can only love one person.
Exactly. The thing that really... I grew up in a very... I'll just put it this way. I grew up in a very religious family. And...
But see, this is the hard part. Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
People... So far, the people that I've talked to, everyone says, oh, I grew up in a religious, or I grew up around religion. And it's like, what part of religion? Because everything biblical is basically poly, where you want mainly polygamy. Everything Muslim is polygamy. And anything else, I mean, whether you're Buddhist or, I don't even know, like Hindu, they still all practice poly, one way or another. So that's where, when it comes to religion, I don't understand where monogamy is something that has literally been pushed for the last 100 years, and whether you guys know it or not, it was due to the government. They wanted to make sure they taxed everybody, because back then they could only tax the man because the man wasn't working. So once you took the woman out of the situation, they were basically felt like they were only getting half of it. So they're like, okay, well, let's go ahead and put everybody in the workforce, and then let's go ahead and put everybody on taxes. And, you know, if they get married, great, we can still tax two people as one. And it's like been a business that still runs to this day, but has nothing to do with people. Has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with relationship. It's literally a tax bracket, which is why marriage is a freaking business.
Thank you.
You sign a contract. It's a contract. Sorry, your marriage license is a contract.
It's all government stuff lately. I hate it.
Okay, so
anything you do is literally.
So that's where when I talk to people and they say, "Oh, you know, I was raised very religious." What religion is pushing monogamy, when Bible, Quran, whatever you read, they all have multiple wives and concubines.
You can also have multiple husbands. Just saying.
I don't know who had a multiple husbands.
I have two partners.
Jezebel had a multiple husbands, but she was also like the biggest.
Come on, you want to be my other husband? Sorry.
She was the biggest harlot. I don't share my women.
Oh.
Women have to share me.
Oh. Sorry, I'm sorry.
So, All right, so how long have you been doing this now?
How long have I been doing the
Poly.
polyamory?
Like, when did you get married?
All right, so 2017 is when I made it official that I was doing polyamory.
Okay, so hold on. Let's take it back. So
Okay,
prior
go
to
ahead.
that, you were being monogamous.
Yeah.
Were you happy?
No,
So
not even remotely.
So what did a monogamous relationship look like for you?
Oh, it was horrible. I hated it.
You hated it, but expound on that, or like give us a little insight of like you hated it, but like what about it did you hate?
Okay, so I was in a monogamous relationship for years with my ex-husband.
Okay.
He was not a bad person. I am not saying anything negative about him.
Was he monogamous?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The problem that came from it was I have this issue where I just love people unconditionally that are outside of a relationship. So I would meet somebody and I'd be like, oh my gosh, you're so awesome and I want to love on you and it doesn't even have to be sexual. Like, I feel like people think that being with somebody has to necessarily be sexual. No. But
Actually, let me speak up a little bit on that.
Go ahead.
For men, it is sexual.
Go ahead.
We're freaks.
Yeah,
We think with our dicks.
I am sexual I am extreme.
But your
hypersexual.
sexuality is gonna be a lot different. Like for us, men without sex for 7-8 days has been medically proven. It physically hurts us. That's not gonna happen to you. That doesn't happen to women. We physically
Have you met me?
we physically need to like release one way or another.
I am okay. All right,
Which
I'm gonna be
ladies?
honest
That's
with you
why
right
so
now.
many men.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I am probably one of the most hypersexual women you're ever gonna meet.
But
I literally
I personally have
constantly.
heard that from a lot of women.
Oh, meet my husband and my boyfriend.
But like that's the thing. I understand there's some women out there that can like a woman. I don't know. I've heard it, but I don't think that a woman's sex drive would ever compare to a man's sex drive. But that's the difference. Like
I feel like most women's are not gonna.
no, like
Yeah.
there's a reason that we think about sex 28/8. Like you could add 4 hours to the day and add an extra day to the week, because that's how much we're thinking about sex.
When it comes to sex, I'm probably gonna sound like a horrible pervert, but I seriously think about sex
This is the thing.
constantly.
There's no such thing as
I
a
want to have
horrible
sex
pervert.
all the time. Like, does that make me a bad person?
No, and I don't see it. Okay, y'all need to stop judging people for like doing. We hold people to a different standard. We hold people to these standards that at the end of the day, I feel like are bullshit. And it's societal bullshit. It's not real. It doesn't, what happens in real life doesn't equate to reality. Like what we want to happen and what we think should happen isn't what is truly what happens in reality. Like reality is totally different.
Do you want to know what I think that should be put out there? And this is what I want put
That's
out
what
there.
you're here for. Put it out there.
Okay, so what I think should be put out there is, okay, I'm polyamorous, meaning I am open to having multiple lovers at one time, and that they're all consenting adults, they're all open to it. I might be bisexual, I might be gay, I might be straight, it doesn't matter. The thing that really pisses me off is I just want everybody to know out there that what my sexuality is does not affect you as a person. So you should not be upset no
About
matter
personal
who you
choices of
are.
someone else.
What I'm doing in the bedroom or what I'm doing behind closed doors, I do not force myself upon you. I am a happy woman married to an amazing man, dating another amazing person. That should not affect you. That's all I ask is like, why do you think that that's a problem?
How about just mind your business and let them do what they do?
That's all I ask.
All right, so let me ask you this. Do you guys ever play together, or is it just one-on-one?
We've talked about it. We have not done it.
Have you ever done it in the past?
Yes.
Is it more enjoyable as a group or individually?
Actually, it's really fun to do it as a group.
Okay.
I have no problems with that.
Who do you enjoy more, men or women?
Men.
Why?
I love dick.
Okay.
Just saying, I love the dick.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your sex drive.
12.
On a scale of 1, that's not 1 to 10. We gotta
10.
keep it.
10.
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your husband's sex drive.
Probably like an 8.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate your boyfriend's sex drive.
Oh, 10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you feel maybe someone might
There
be
is
getting
a
the
little bit what?
short end of the stick?
Yeah.
Okay, just check.
Yes.
Just check it. All right, in your perfect world, what would you prefer to have?
What do you mean? Prefer to have what?
Okay, so you get your own home, all bills are paid, like you guys don't have to worry about working or anything. Everything, it's a perfect world. You get to have as many men and women as you have. What is your perfect?
I just want Daniel and Aaron.
That's it? No
That's it.
women, nothing
Nope.
else?
Nope, I just want them.
No side play?
No.
No extracurricular activities?
If Renee wants to come and fuck me for a minute, that's okay.
So there is a chick somewhere.
Yeah, well, yeah. But honestly, I really just prefer having
What you have?
what I have. I am so happy with what I have. Like, I don't desire anything else.
Okay, so here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have 2 partners,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's say one of them decides they want children. How do you guys handle that?
Oh, I'd be open to it. Absolutely.
But would they also be open to it?
We've already talked about it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, as you put these things together, they actually work out. People are seemingly happy. What's an argument sound
I don't like the fact that you said seemingly, though. I'm gonna put you on call for that.
I don't live your life. I'm not around you 24 hours a day,
Seemingly.
7 days a week. You guys have arguments. You guys have pitfalls. You guys go through things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's seemingly, because not everything is 100% hunky-dory. Even the best marriage in the world is still
Absolutely.
seemingly happy.
No, absolutely.
So, how did you decide who to... Well, okay, how long have you had your boyfriend?
I've been with Daniel since January, actually.
So he's new.
He is new.
Was there anyone before him?
Yes.
What happened there?
They had lifestyle choices that were not
Conducive to yours?
copacetic with mine.
Yeah. Okay. If you're on a stranded... No, I'm not going to do that to you.
No, honestly, just seriously ask me any question you want to ask. Like, I am here as an open book. I want people to learn polyamory.
What is the freakiest thing that you have done in your polyamorous lifestyle?
Freakiest thing I've done in a polyamorous, like, as sexually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've had, I mean, this is probably the most tame thing you can ever say, but, like, I've had, like, foursomes. Like, I mean...
But, okay, so is that like foursomes, like you and your man with another, or like you and 3 guys?
Oh,
or
I mean,
guys and girls?
me and my current, I mean, he's not technically my husband yet, but he is. We've had sex, and we've had sex with, he had a partner, well, I had a partner, we both watched. Like...
So you watched each other's partners?
Oh, yeah.
Just...
Yeah.
That's just a little...
That's not that fun.
That's borderline boring. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I wanted to do more, but it's just, we haven't had the partner to do it with yet.
Oh, so does Daniel have a partner?
No, he does not.
So they're both monogamous to you?
Daniel is monogamous with me. Aaron is open with other people. Daniel is still figuring out, like, what he wants to do. Yeah.
So he still practices a version of monogamy?
Yes. he wants to be with me, but at the same time he's open. So he's figuring out what he wants.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I'm nervous because I want to make sure he's okay because, okay, so the story between him and I has been a very interesting story. I met him through a store right down the street from us, and I was just like,
Hold on. Elaborate on store. What kind of store? Because the fact that you just said store means it wasn't the grocery store.
It was a
Toy store? Adult toy store?
No. It was a liquor store.
Oh.
So I went up there one
Just
day.
say liquor store.
Shut up.
She
It
said
was a store.
Okay, but you made that seem like it was super.
No, I felt weird saying it. I was like, I don't want people like, oh, she's like meeting people at a liquor store. No, that's not what I want.
Why
But I
not?
mean-
Who cares? I meet people at gas stations and grocery stores.
Well,
I don't
went up-
spend enough time in liquor stores because I don't drink. If I drank, then I would probably meet somebody. Hey, girl, you want the absolute great time tonight?
Anyway, so I,
Some chocolate to get with your Grey Goose.
shut up.
I got some Bailey's Irish cream for you.
Oh my god.
African brewed.
Okay, break now before I die.
All right, let's go. Liquor store.
Anyway, so the way I met Daniel was this is actually a really funny story. And now you're killing me. So I met him, I would go to this particular store on a regular basis because I thought he was really cute.
Oh, so you were going to the liquor store. What were you getting? So there's not enough alcohol.
I was about to tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting fucking pink lemonade.
Pink lemon. You're going to a liquor store for pink lemonade.
Yeah.
So you could hit on a guy.
Just wait. Let me explain.
Ooh.
So I would go to this store and I would regularly either get a little tiny thing of Jim Beam because I didn't drink that much, or I would get pink lemonade. And he would, oh God, he was so hot. I would
Because
look
the
at
pink,
him.
you're trying to give him one lemonade.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now I'm getting horny for him. Shut up. So I would go to the store, and he was one of the people there that was actually, I'm being honest with you, I really looked at him, I'm like, he is something special. And I went there on a regular basis, and then there was one day that he came up to me in the drive-thru and he's like, hey, you ever want to finish that Jim Beam? I'll come there with you and I'll finish it with you. And I went,
How long
And-
did that take to happen?
oh, just hold on. Let me finish the story. You're
I
going
gotta
to laugh
know
your ass
this.
off. I went, I could not speak. And I went to my friend in the poly group and I said, should I have gone back? Should I call back? Like, he's hitting on me. The guy that I've literally been, like, in love with.
See, guys, this is what I tell you all the time. Even when a woman is truly interested in you, you're just not going to know. They will.
Well, they told me, they're like, go back there and tell him. So the next day I said, okay. I went back there and I said, Daniel, well, I didn't say Daniel, sorry. I said, hey, I have a crush on you. I wanted to get your number yesterday. I am so sorry that I ran away. Because literally I looked at him like this and ran away when he told me he had a crush on me.
Crazy.
And now he's my boyfriend.
All right. Good job closing the deal, sir. How long did it take for him to say that?
Oh, right away.
So how many times have you gone in the store?
Oh, I've been in the store many times before me and him started dating. I was
No, but I mean, like, how many times had you seen him before he ever said something to you?
Probably at least a month and a half.
Holy shit. How often were you going in there?
I was going there just to see him because I thought he was cute.
But how often?
I don't admit it.
You don't want to admit it. You were in there every
At
day.
least a month and a half, I was there almost every day.
Oh my God.
It was so cute.
That's a lot of pink lemonade.
Shut up.
Hey,
It's worth it.
hey, guess what? She truly paid for it.
He likes me. He's with me.
All right. So, man. Would you prefer to have it all be under one roof, or do you like the separation?
I'm actually a little bit nervous about having it be all on one roof because that's what's going to happen. I'm actually working on having Daniel live with me, but I'm a little bit nervous just because this is new to me. So I don't know yet. I guess this is something I'm going to have to figure out.
All right. You have any questions? You can put me in the hot seat if you want to.
So you've been in polyamory for how long?
So me personally, I wouldn't call it polyamory.
Oh.
Again, in my past relationships, I have dated women that have dated women, and it just happened to be that I always get included. I mean, even the very first time that it was ever like, hey, I want to see other women, I was like, cool, go have fun, go try it out.
Well, how do you feel about your women dating other men?
That'll never happen. It just won't.
It won't happen, or you don't want it to happen?
So this is the thing. If it were to happen, any woman that would ever be with me knows that she's no longer going to be with me.
So you refuse to be with somebody that is dating another man?
I don't share my women. I am the stereotypical alpha male.
And how do you feel about that?
What do you mean, how do I feel about that?
How do you feel about the fact that you are limiting the women that you're with, but they're allowed to be with other women?
I've actually never had a woman that I've been with that wanted to see other men.
But what if why does it make it okay to be with other women? Why is that okay versus other men? What makes that the problem?
I never said it was a problem.
You just said you wouldn't be with somebody that
Correct.
wanted to be
That's
with
not a problem. That is a preference.
Okay.
See,
no.
you prefer, you have your preference, right? And I have mine.
Nope, that's absolutely okay. I was just...
No, see, that's what's wrong with the world. Is a lot of the times, people can have their preferences. So, back to what we said earlier. People are forever judgy. It's like, this is what I like, so you should like it too. And I'm like, no, this is what I like, right? And they're like, oh, well, you suck. No, I have a preference too. So you have your preference and I have my preference.
So if I were to date you right now, but I was to go home and fuck my husband, you wouldn't be okay with that?
Well, you're not my woman. So women don't understand, like men, we have different circles. Like we have a woman that we call recreational use, and we have a woman that we call wife.
Ooh.
Okay?
Recreational, I don't like that use.
Correct. People don't like that. But it's fact. Men, literally, we have two files in our thought process.
Okay.
We have recreational use, as in it's just sex. And we have this is wife.
Friends with benefits sounds way better than just I'm recreationally just...
Okay, but think about that. That's recreational use.
Just sounds so...
You're only
worse.
using each other for the benefits.
Okay.
So that's recreational use. My bike sitting right here, recreational use. My golf clubs, recreational use. Your fishing pole, recreational use.
So how many recreational use women do you have? Are you willing to say it?
I don't put my personal life out there like that. Like, this is the thing. One thing that I don't do is ever put the woman that I'm with on Front Street for, again, other people's judgments. And and then I never put, like my kids, I hide
Oh,
from,
I would never put anything with kids.
No.
I would never
I
do
hide
that.
my kids from the world. Like, I can have 13,000 kids. The world may know about one. Like, certain things when it comes to, like, so my past life, back when I was in the limelight on a regular basis as an entertainer, I found out what it's like to have people all in your bubble that you don't want in your bubble. So now I've created a bubble, like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Can't nobody get in unless I let them in. So it's totally different for me now.
Understood. Okay.
So for the thousands of people that'll come and watch my videos, you know, and the thing about it is they'll look and they'll search, and it's like the ones that I will ever truly entertain in life aren't on my friends list.
I would never try and
not
put you on a
not
thing.
you,
Sorry.
not you. So people look, they try to go through the friends list. They want to look like through tag photos and shit like that. It's like that you're as far away as you can possibly be. That'll never happen. That's how I keep my personal life and my business.
Understood. Yeah,
separate.
absolutely.
So that's why I always say you don't have to use names if you don't want to. And then I even have people that supposedly will be on here, right? And instead of them being on camera, like this will be blacked out.
I will say, as far as polyamory goes, I'm going to say this directly. Do not feel ashamed about it. I grew up in a very religious household where having any sort of sexuality was not okay with. And I grew up scared of testing my sexuality.
See, that's not even life. Like,
I was scared of the fact that I might be bi, I might be pan, I might be cis. I don't know. I didn't know. I will tell you very briefly, trying to not like waste anybody's time here, because I know this podcast is probably running long.
Waste. No, it's no. I've had 3-hour podcast before.
But I will say that honestly, one of the things that really bothered me is I grew up. My mom. My mom died basically almost suicidal. And one of the things that really upset me about my relationship with her was I was confused about my sexuality. I still to this day don't even 100% know what I am. I think I'm pansexual, but I don't know. I have fallen in love with women, but I'm also more hetero. I don't know what the fuck.
Let's save that
Yeah.
let's do another, because you know what?
This is going to be another conversation.
Pronouns and all of the different sexualities. I really plan on doing an entire episode on that, because this shit's getting crazy.
It is, and I get that. But
there's man, there's woman, there's man, there's woman.
I am drinking a
Capri Sun.
Anyways.
So,
Let
where all the extras came from, the hims, the hers, and the days, I'm still personally confused about, because I don't know how I would ever be a they would. I mean, I'm big as fuck, but I'm not big enough to be more than one. So how am I they? Because that's plural, that's more than one. So, I don't know.
Babe, you got a lot to learn.
We all do. I'm 42. I'm almost
learn.
43 years old.
I'm 35 and I'm still figuring this out.
And I'm sitting here, they're telling me things that is like, wait, this goes against everything that I learned as a child in school, as an adult. You guys are changing the world that we live in today. You're changing the meaning of what man is and the meaning of what woman is and all of this. So that's a whole nother conversation. Look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming. That's a whole nother one. So
the only thing I was going to say is just that I had grown up being told one thing and then growing up with another. And as a woman who has grown up in a religious community, it was really hard for me to accept the fact that I have a sexuality that is different from what I grew up as.
Reality, what you're told and reality are two totally different things.
I was told that this is exactly how it was supposed to be. I was supposed to...
But again, reality as opposed to what you're told.
But I'm explaining to them,
are
like...
clearly two totally different things. She's walking proof of that.
I was told I was supposed to be a mother and married to one person, virgin to that person, have my sex with only one person, and that was what was okay with God. And I was 16 years old. I had the sex drive of a freaking freight train. And I did not have sex with anybody until I was 19 years old because I was terrified that God was going to kill me or put me in the grave because I had had sex with somebody else. And I had only had sex with this person because I thought I was going to get married to him. Nope, we did not get married. In fact, he is actually having fun with my best friend. They are together. Like, we are all open communicative. Like, this is the fucked up part about it is sex should not be looked at as something that you should be ashamed of.
Just my cousin. Keep going.
You should not be ashamed of the fact that you have an open sex life. You should not be ashamed of the fact that you actually have a drive to be with other people. There is nothing wrong with having feelings for other people. There is nothing wrong with having any sort of desire to look at somebody in a sexual way. It doesn't mean you have to have actual sex with them. It just means that you are okay. You are normal. You are a freaking person. You have like drives that are not bad. I'm sorry, but I'm so tired of listening to people tell me that you're bad. Like, seriously, I'm like exhausted from like listening to this every day. There is nothing wrong with what you feel.
Well, the world is full of judgments. Dust off your shoulders. It's okay. I live a life where I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Point blank, period. You can say what you want to. Do what you want to. It has nothing to do with me. I live my life. I know what my life is. I know what my life is about. I know what I have and what I don't have. When you live like that, guess what? There's nothing anyone can say or do to you or change about you, because at the end of the day, you're born alone, you're gonna die alone. So while you're here, do everything that you can to make you happy. Even having kids, that is a selfish thing. You have kids for you. You're literally creating your own personal legacy. You're creating what makes you happy. You're watching a mini version of yourself grow, and you send them out into the world for you to still continue living your own selfish life. We are all inherently about ourselves. It's not a bad thing. It's just life. So, literally, anyone else has anything to say to you, just say fuck them. Literally, fuck them. Don't let it bother you. Do what makes you happy. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not happy, motherfuckers. That's why you're talking shit about me. You wish you were me. So,
I do want to talk a little bit more. Unless you're done.
I'm never done.
I want to talk about how you started originally getting into the poly lifestyle, because I wanted to talk about mine.
Again, there was no me actually getting into it.
My first
relationship, we were together for 7 years, from 12 to 19.
How did that work, though?
You mean? You know, as a teenager, you meet somebody, and you become boyfriend, girlfriend, and then you get older and older and older and older, and you continue doing that. And then as you get older, you actually realize what boyfriend and girlfriend is and what love is. And
coming from that early is what's boggling my mind.
I lost my virginity at 8.
Oh.
So that means nothing.
Okay, well that's different.
So, and then by the time we got mid-teens, she decided she wanted to try women, her best friend. So, me being the man that I am, I'm like, go ahead, go for it. You know, I wanted my woman to be happy.
I didn't realize you were that young, though.
And she said no. Like, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it with you. And, you know, I looked at her, like, what? She's like, yeah, like, if I'm doing it with you. And I'm like...
Because I'm like...
Think I'm about to turn down some free pussy?
Okay, So my experience was so not like that. So it's like, what
Men's-
the hell?
but a man's existence and a woman's existence is two totally different things. Like a man 9 times out of 10 is usually going to bring it to a woman's attention, whereas in this situation it was the total opposite. But it wasn't even. It had nothing to do with anything poly. It was just the fact that she wanted to try being with her best friend, and she enjoyed it, and I got to enjoy both of them, and that's just what it was for.
See, that's not necessarily poly in my opinion. That's just you enjoying a threesome.
But we were all together. Like my
While
girl,
you're dating
my
all
girl,
of them,
my
or no?
girl had a girlfriend, so I had 2.
So she was dating her. Like dating her, like she was in a relationship, not just fucking her.
Well, it was her best friend, so it was like I had 2 girlfriends. Well, it wasn't like, there was no like to it. I had 2 girlfriends.
You were dating both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I could be at the crib chilling, and my initial girl wasn't there, but she was, and we would get it in.
All right.
And
Okay.
then
Okay.
she would come home, and then I would get it in again. And then later after dinner or whatever, we would all get it in. And then sometimes I might come home, and then they're like getting it in, and I'm just like, y'all are getting it. And they're like, no, get your ass over here. And it's like, you ain't got to tell me twice.
I wish I had that experience because that is not at all what I went through.
Yeah, like I've never had. This is the crazy part is people don't understand. Like they don't really. I've never had bad experiences per se with women. I don't do the arguing
Good.
thing. I don't do the fighting thing. It's my grandmother would say. I keep them coming and laughing, coming and laughing. Simple as that. I make sure people understand who I am and where I'm coming from, whether they like it or not. A lot of people, don't like it because I'm a very open, honest, blunt person. I don't sugarcoat. I just am who I am. And for anyone that's just doesn't like it, like I really have the personality. God bless me with the personality of IDGAF. I just don't give a fuck. And I keep moving it. And so be it.
I just grew up with a very hard time coming to terms with this.
But my grandmother, my mother, like very hard, staunch Baptist who grew up in the church. But my grandfather was Muslim, right? So he had the ability to have 5 wives if he wanted to. So as long as you make a certain amount, you can have as many wives as you want. So I saw like everything. Then I had an uncle that's a pimp. I had a couple uncles that were pimps. So I saw like that. And there's so many different dynamics of the things that I grew up seeing in life that whether we like it or not, it helped mold and make me who I am. I used to have an uncle that we knew what he was doing. And be like, hey, uncle, where you going? He'd be like, I'm going to see a lady about a duck. Yeah, you are the duck. So different things. My mom grew up. You can do whatever you want to till you're married. Until you're married, you
Really?
don't have to be with anybody.
Really?
As in, like, if you I used to have this girlfriend named Ashley, and I think at one point in time she's like, I know he's cheating on me, and my mom looked at her and said, are you married? She said no. And my mom looked at her and said that he's not cheating. If he's not married to you, he is free to do whatever he wants to.
See, that's the thing I don't get about this stuff.
Hated that. She hated that. Because in her mind, like, that was her thought process. She was like, oh, so now if I ever ask you about a chick being over here, or him saying he's with you, he could actually be with another chick, and you're gonna tell me he's with you. And my mom looked at her and was just like, yes, he's my son. And then I think at one point in time, someone asked my mom. They said,
I'm sorry.
They
That
literally
exist like
they
this.
literally were like, so what you're telling me is, if his father was to go be with another chick, you're not gonna be mad? My mom looked at her and said, a man is gonna be a man. he still comes home, don't he? And she was just floored. She was floored. And I was like, there you go. She said it all. I don't have to say nothing.
Well,
So mind your business. And I still say the exact same thing. Somebody comes to me, I'm like, mind your business.
honestly, I'm on this topic, if you don't mind. I actually just had a friend who was a friend of mine for 10 years. Over 10 years.
Male or
delete me
female?
and remove me from Facebook.
Male or female?
Male. It was a husband of one of my best friends.
Okay, so
Let
there's so
me
many
say something
different things
before-
that I have to say about that because men and women can't truly be friends.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that.
Of course you will, but it's a proven fact.
It's a proven fact. I have had multiple men be my good friend without it having to be like a sexual thing.
Cool, but call them up and tell them you want to have sex and watch what they say.
They'll probably have sex.
Thank you. So that's not a friend. See, true friendship means that they would never
Friend
want to have
doesn't
sex.
necessarily. Who cares if a friend wants to have sex with you or not?
That's not a friend though. Because see, that's the thing with friendship. Friendship does have boundaries. Friends are just that they're friends.
But if they're still friends with you and they're not pushing you for sex, that doesn't mean that they're not.
So
your
it's
friend.
not the fact.
So I want to have sex with a lot of my friends. It doesn't make them not my friend.
They technically are pushing, but they're pushing different. It's a soft push.
If I want to have sex with one of my guy friends,
okay.
that means that it's not a friendship anymore.
It's not the fact that it's not a friendship. It's not your tip. It's not the same kind of friend. So you have. Okay. So
We're gonna go there.
think about the term platonic.
Yes,
Okay.
meaning it's just basically straight and narrow.
Thank you.
Almost like
Friendships are all
according brother
to,
and sister.
According to the term friendship, they are platonic. So if at any point in time I've ever looked at you in a sexual manner and or wanted to do anything sexual with you, I've already bypassed platonic, which hence therefore removes the friend from that actual term. There's no longer a platonic friendship.
So just because this is a female, aka cis female, whatever gender that you're into,
remove genders.
whoever it is
Remove
that you're
genders.
into, sorry.
Women and women, men,
Whoever
women.
you're into, you're looking at them in a
If
way
it's like a brother and sister, okay, so
that's beyond friendship.
So there's a reason why, like back when it was when marriages used to happen, the father, brother, uncle, or first male cousin would choose her husband. The reason for that is it was platonic. He wanted her best interest at heart. Whereas, like, if I'm your friend and I want to fuck you, but I'm supposed to set you up with a dude, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to try to talk you out of doing it, period, because it's actually me who wants you. So they give you half-ass skewed advice. Like, I've had conversations with women that I know were very interested in me, but I had no interest in them at all, right? But if I went and I was like, all right, I want to talk to you about this chick. This is what's going on, right? It would always be great advice that led to, yeah, so you need to find a chick like me.
So you think any man that is not...
All men want to fuck every woman. It's a fact. If you...
All right, comment below.
Comment below. Look, this is the thing. If every married man right now in life had a you, and you come home and said, babe, you can fuck whoever you want to. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to fight. Enjoy yourself. I want you to be happy. You know how many husbands would be out fucking? Motherfuckers would be like this in their phone.
There's a
What are you doing tonight?
difference between ethical non-monogamy, though.
Again.
There's cheating and ethical non-monogamy. People do not know the difference.
Okay, so let's cover the topic of cheating.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to take a break for 5 seconds, if I may.
What kind of break you need?